Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Barkera podcast, the podcast that brings you education, advice, and perspectives, all to increase your awareness and understanding about preventative pet care in order to become that elevated pet owner. I'm your host, Elisa Van Dyke, and I'm once again joined by Liz Robles, owner of the Cane Corso Rescue. So welcome back, Liz.
Hi, guys. Thanks, Elisa. So happy to be back and a reoccurring guest. I'm really excited to dive into today's episode.
Me too. In the past few episodes, our focus has been on the presentations of the rescues that you have taken in. But today we're going to be diving some more into the owner's role, looking specifically at adoptions, and then kind of starting generally and then pulling in some of the specificities of the process that your rescue goes through. Now, in the past, we have mentioned the impact of the owner, both through your stories and also with the Corso Puppy Training Club Facebook group. So we know that education for the Cane Corso is particularly important. But of course, education and following a process is crucial for just all adopters. So why don't we just start by breaking down the meaning of adoption and what it is to adopt?
Absolutely. So for adoption, this is, of course, the most common point in which most people step into the dog's life journey. It involves a more permanent, lifelong commitment to the dog's full lifespan and well-being. We look for people who are not going to just give up when things get hard, because they're going to get hard. And we want to know that they are fully committed. This is where utilizing our community, both the Barb's Facebook group and as well as CCR's website. This is where we look for them to get information. It's very important for them to gain the information needed to maintain for successful adoption and achieve proper pet care.
Perfect. I mean, I love how you already highlighted some of the qualities needed to be a good forever home, from passion to just overall commitment to training and learning about the breed. A successful adoption really comes down to the ability of us as an owner to provide the proper resources and care. Are there any other requirements that you look for?
Absolutely. I think across the board, like you mentioned, we're looking for those who have a passion for the breed. We also want them to possess qualities needed to handle a guardian breed, specifically to set them up for success in all situations, all instances. We want someone who's willing to continue to educate themselves by reading and practicing the guidelines we have set forth based on 20 years of experience in the breed. We also want those who want to share their knowledge and experience with others to do that, and to do that within our community. Though not steadfast, these aren't steadfast, hard rules. We also look for families who own their own home and they have fully fenced in yard. That's really, really what we want. Of course, it's case by case, but that is the ideal situation. Then lastly, we do require good references, both vet references and personal references. I also want to note that for adopters, they should be ready and set up for the financial commitment, because there is obviously a financial piece here, right? So we have to think about the adoption costs, getting prepared, and also the vetting. So it is for the Corso's life. So we want you to be committed for lifelong, right? And that requires vet visits and adequate supplies like food, dog beds, toys, crates, possibly training. So just lots of things to think about. And again, that's for the dog's entire lifespan.
Yeah. So let's say someone checks these boxes. What are the next steps that they should take after that just initial desire to adopt? Essentially just outlining your adoption process, which I'm sure can be reflected a little bit throughout other rescues or shelters as well.
Yes, absolutely. So just quickly, we really want you to read our FAQ page. That is a really good place to start. I also like to encourage everyone to not limit their sources of education. So don't just read a few things. Read everything you possibly can get your hands on, right? We want to see, it's great to hear all angles. We may not agree with everything, but it's good to have that in your back pocket, all those choices. I also encourage people to get information from the Cane Corso Facebook group, our website, also the Corso Puppy Training Club Facebook group, and then other breed-specific groups that you can find. You can talk to breeders, Corso owners, everything. It's all great to have in your back pocket. In addition, when you apply, or number two, you apply, we want to be sure that you provide all the information that we're requesting. So I know it might seem like a lot, but there is a purpose for everything. So we do need emails. We do reach out to references, which is why we need the phone numbers and the emails. And we don't want the process to be held up because we have something wrong there, right? So then thirdly, there will be about a 1 to 3 week wait, depending on how quickly we can reach all the references. And then next would be the interview. This is also where I learn more about your family and learn more about what might be a great match for you. In that way, I can determine the best Corso match. And that's also the time where possibly it comes out that maybe this isn't the best breed for the family. And that has happened, not too often, but it has happened. And I like people to think about that. It's important, right? So then we do the home visit, which is quick and easy, and it's scheduled. It's not like a surprise visit or anything scary. And then the adoption, which is, yay, the exciting part.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, truly, it's an amazing process that you have set up. I know that on your end, a lot of time and effort goes into preparing the dog, which I mean, I can't wait to discuss next when we bring up the fostering side of your rescue. But what are some tips you could give to future owners to prepare their home? I know with the Corso Puppy Training Club on Facebook, I mean, like you said, that could be a great tool for continued and personalized breed-specific education to increase the likelihood of a successful adoption once they receive their Cane Corso. But what can they also do to just prepare their home before picking up their forever dog?
Yes, this is very important. And again, we guide you along the way, but I definitely want to make sure that everyone in the home is on the same page, that everyone's aligned on the training, that they're involved, there's good communication. That is so, so important. Also, have a crate, have the food available, get your vet, definitely get your vet chosen, or at least have some choices available. Maybe get an appointment in the books, on the books. So things like that are really, really good. I also encourage people, as far as preparing the house, go ahead, put away those trash cans. All right. Don't make it tempting. So put the trash cans away. Maybe, if there are children in the home, it's important, put small objects away, toys, because you don't know. You're just learning about the dog. So it's good to kind of take away all those extra distractions. Personal clothing, socks, etc. Those are tempting as well. Dishcloths. So, just have spaces for all those kinds of things and get the home prepared. It's also exciting, involve the whole family in this. And then most importantly, I would say, if there are other animals in the house, which we'll discuss in the home as in part of the family, it's good. And I always ask that you put away toys and bones, especially like high value items. Because we don't want that to be an issue. We want to make it as easy as possible to transition the new dog in. So we do ask that you do that for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, Liz, thank you again for just an amazing conversation and just some more insight into your experience. It is always a joy having you on. So again, truly, thank you.
Well, thank you so much. I love being on here, and I love trying to help educate. I learn from this every time, and I hope people are inspired to apply, especially apply to foster, and that way they can get a really nice taste of what it's like to own this magnificent breed.
Yeah, and if anyone wants to support Liz and become a part of this process, definitely head over to her website at canecorsorescue.org. You can find all the forms and information needed to start as either a foster home or a future adopter today. Also join the Corso Puppy Training Club Facebook group for some more breed-specific education and advice. You can also buy apparel at our e-commerce store where each purchase adds to our rescue fund to further support this cause, and that is found at barkerashop.com. And make sure to also share those links along with this episode to your fellow Cane Corso owners and enthusiasts, and let us know any topics or guests that you would like to hear coming up. Thank you again, everybody.